Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Medged, and if this is your first time watching, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share on this video and future videos to come. Whew. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for this food. Thank you for this shirt, Lord. Thank you for granting me the opportunity to leave the country. Thank you for granting me the opportunity to come in safely. And I know you will do the same for the return. Lord, I thank you. I am beyond grateful for these last 3 days. Yeah, let's write it out. I am excited about this video. It took me quite a while to get this video done, but it's here and I'm sharing everything. All right guys, so I've gotten so many questions. I've gotten a lot of questions about why I did a solo trip, where did I go. Well, you guys should by now know where I went, and if you have not watched my solo trip vlogs, there's two parts. This is like part 3. I'll probably like put snippets of videos and things like that in this video. So yeah, there are 2 parts, and I'll link them somewhere in the cards as well as in the description box. So make sure you go ahead and watch those videos as well. And if this is your first time on my channel, please guys subscribe. I promise that I will be back with real quick. So I'm doing those solo trip Q&A today. You guys have asked so many questions, so let's get into it. So what are the requirements to travel to the Bahamas? So as you guys know, I traveled to the Bahamas 2 months ago. So my trip was in May and it's now July. So the requirements though have not changed since then. As of May 1st, they are the same requirements. I looked it up online and pretty much everything is still the same. So basically, if you're an unvaccinated traveler, you will need to obtain a travel health visa, is what they're calling it in the Bahamas. So the travel health visa will cost you $40, and in order to purchase that health visa, you have to have a negative PCR test. So I know most other islands and countries are asking for a 3-day-old PCR test, but for the Bahamas you have 5 days, so you can get your PCR up to 5 days before your travel date, and the Bahamas will accept it. Now, the reason you're doing that, I believe, is because you have to get that health visa, and that takes up to 48 hours. Therefore, the day 5, or yeah, day 5, which would be 5 days before your trip, you get your test, and hopefully you get your test within 48 hours. I got mine within 24 hours, which was perfect. You get your test, and you have to upload your test results into their portal, and that's how you will purchase once it's accepted and things like that, which honestly it takes up to 48 hours. Mine took a few minutes, so if you're lucky, you're lucky. The website does have some issues sometimes, because I had an issue with the website to upload my things, but within like an hour or two I tried again and things went like that. So yeah, so once you get your result, you have to upload it into their portal and purchase your visa, and you're good to go. The only place, well, yeah, they asked me for the health visa while I was boarding the plane, and I want to say in customs, yeah, I want to say those 2 places I was asked for the health visa. And then once you're in there, that's it. Health visa is pretty much done. It does cover some things if you were to get affected by COVID while during your stay in the Bahamas. So read up on that. Please do not by any means go by everything that I'm saying 100%, because you know something may change tomorrow. So make sure you do your research for yourself before you head out there if you are headed to the Bahamas. Why did I pick the Bahamas as my first solo trip? So basically, my first solo trip was not supposed to be international whatsoever. I've always wanted to do a solo trip. So I planned on doing a domestic solo trip, and I planned on going to Atlanta in 2020, but that was before the pandemic, and that didn't work out, obviously. So I kind of canceled that trip and just put that in the back burner. And then while things started to like kind of lighten up with the pandemic and traveling and things like that, I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna go alone, let me just go somewhere with beaches and relaxation and all of that, because Atlanta's a little bit more like the turn up, and I think that would be like kind of a lonely solo trip per se. So I decided to just do something a little bit more relaxing, where I can just, you know, truthfully have time with myself, okay, for myself. So yeah, why the Bahamas? I've been there before. It wasn't my first time in the Bahamas, and I kind of felt like, you know, it was like a safe place to just kind of go again, and alone. I kind of felt like it was a safe, you know, to go. I've been to other islands, and yeah, I'm not going by myself. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So yeah, I thought Bahamas was a good choice as far as an island to go alone. So that's why I did the Bahamas. What is the other question? Okay, so how did I plan? So how I plan the trip is I kind of like vacation packages. A lot of people don't like vacation packages because sometimes you can get better deals doing it separately. But again, because I was going alone, I just went the safest route, the seamless route, I would say. So I booked with Medgewd Vacations, which I have booked a trip with them before, or maybe a couple trips with them before, and I actually really love traveling with Medgewd. So I said, why not? So I looked up, you know, I was looking at different islands, honestly, but the Bahamas was on the top of the list for the solo trip. And so I went ahead and booked that with them. And so the flight, the hotel, everything was included. And obviously I stayed at the Riu Palace Paradise Island. I always get tongue twisted when I say it. Riu Palace Paradise Island. And it was all inclusive, and it was affordable. So basically that's why I picked the Riu. It was affordable, but it was also all inclusive. So because it was affordable, it didn't break the bank for me to leave the resort one day and eat out or something like if I wanted to, which I did, which you guys would have seen in the previous vlogs. So what else? The transportation service that I use is the same transportation that we used when I went with a group in 2014 to the Bahamas. So I'm the one that booked the transportation that time. So I kind of just went through my email and kind of found it again and went ahead and emailed them. Easy. They sent me a form to fill out about like where I'll be staying and things like that. Sent it back with my card information, and that was all set. And I believe round trip it was about $100. I'm pretty sure it was like it was 180 cents or something like that to the point. So that was basically the planning part. I wanted a room with a nice view, so I opted for what is it, ocean view, and that was pretty good. I actually, when I was planning, I thought I wanted ocean front, which I thought that's what I booked, but when I got there she said no, it's ocean view, and I was like, okay, once I get in the room will I be able to change it if I want to? She said yes. And by the looks of it, I preferred the ocean view because I kind of saw like the pool area as well as the ocean, while the ocean view, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the pictures of me in the pool and the ocean. It's just the ocean, and I don't think that's a view for me. For me, I don't think it's a view because it's not like a city view back there. There's really nothing but the ocean, and I don't think I would have liked that at night because then you wouldn't see any lights or anything. So I like the ocean view just fine, so I did keep that room. What is it? Why a solo trip? Okay, so there's not a real reason, because I wanted to experience a solo trip. I've always wanted to experience a solo trip, so I was like, why not now? I feel like some of my other friends either had another trip planned already, or they just weren't available the time that I wanted to go, and I picked perfect times to go on my trips. A lot of times I try to book my trips around the holidays that my job had. We had a 4-day weekend. I believe we had a 4-day weekend, so they were closed the entire weekend. So I left on Saturday and I came back on Tuesday. I was able to be on vacation for the entire time that we were off, so I was getting holiday pay while on vacation. I didn't have to use any of my vacation days to go on this vacation, which I am so ecstatic for. So then I took the Wednesday. I came back on Tuesday and I took the Wednesday as one personal vacation day, because guys, if you know, you know, always take the day after you return from vacation off. Like, I don't think I've ever gone on vacation and gone back to work the day after. That's ghetto. You need time to recover, and honestly, if I could have taken more, but it was kind of like, I'll just take the one day. So that's what I did. So what did I say? Yeah, like, why not? It's an experience, and it was an amazing experience. I do recommend it, but maybe I'll talk about that a little bit later on in the video. Would I do it again? Obviously I would do it again. The hotel experience. Okay, so I think a lot of people probably are clicking on this video to know the hotel experience. Guys, I am probably, out of my group of friends, group of family travelers, I'm probably the one who is reading reviews, picking them apart, I read reviews. I do. And I would recommend that you do as well. But you also have to make decisions for yourself, because the people reviewing these hotels or restaurants or places like that, they're not you, and they may like something completely different from what you like, and that's why they don't like it or they loved it. You know what I mean? So long story short, the reviews were horrible. Yo, the reviews for the Riu Palace Paradise Island were horrible. They were horrible in the sense that people really bad-mouthed it, and a lot of the reviews I was reading was during pandemic kind of reviews, because I was going during pandemic or post-COVID or post-pandemic, whatever they want to call it. So I wanted to know how people were feeling at that moment, and at the same time I was like, we're in a whole pandemic. You cannot expect the resort to give you the same experience that they would have given you prior to the pandemic. So I kind of read the reviews with a grain of salt, you know what I mean? So basically there were all kinds of petty complaints. I mean, you know, they some reviews said that the staff was rude, that they got their eyes rolled at, and all of this stuff. And if you're Haitian, you're gonna understand what I'm about to say. It's a Mont Blanc problem, okay? I really believe that, because my experience was the complete opposite. Guys, as a solo traveler, I was alone. I did not feel alone, not once. And I didn't meet anyone on this trip until, when I say anyone, I mean anyone that lived in the US, blah blah blah, until my last day there. So yeah, the staff was super amazing to me, super kind. I actually made like a friend out of that, and we keep in touch now. So yeah, listen, read those reviews and take what you can from them, but I wouldn't say, if you really feel like that's the place you want to stay, or like the views are amazing, this is where you want to, I would say do it, and your experience will be your experience, and you'll know for next time, basically. So yeah, I wouldn't really complain. Yes, because of the pandemic, they didn't have all the restaurants open every single night, so they would have one buffet open and one a la carte restaurant. So this is another reason why I picked the Riu, not because not only it was affordable, it wasn't overwhelmingly large. I'm on this trip alone. I'm not gonna go to a big resort all by myself, get lost in the resort. All kinds of things can happen. It's not ridiculously large. Once you walk around it once, you won't get lost, basically. So I really like that. But still, they still had pretty good options. If you ask me, I was there for 3 days. I didn't need a whole bunch of things. I didn't need 7 restaurants. I didn't need all of that. I'm very simple, and I was very satisfied with my trip, honestly. So they didn't have all their restaurants open, so they had one a la carte and one buffet. Now for the a la carte, you would have to get online, I'm not gonna lie, probably an hour and a half before the dinner. And I believe what would happen is that you get on the line, and once they start giving buzzers, you would get a buzzer, and then once it's your turn to be seated, your buzzer will ring off. But you would have to at least stay like in the area, I believe. I don't know, because I never tried, because I'm not standing on a line. But like I said, that might have frustrated someone else, but for me it was a choice. I didn't want to stand on the line, so I didn't stand on the line. But I'm not going to be upset because I had to stand on the line because you wanted to eat a la carte. I ate at the buffet and I ate fine. I didn't go to sleep hungry. So you know what I mean, weigh out your options. It's your choice. You want to stand on the line, go ahead and stand on the line, but don't be angry because you have to stand on the line. We out here standing on lines to go to the store in the US. Why are you mad? Well, at the time, you know, the whole pandemic, there were lines everywhere. I stood on lines for Target, but that's because I wanted to go to Target. But there were other food options where you didn't have to stand on the line. So do not be upset that you had to stand on the line. It was your choice to stand on that line. Anyways, what else? I said the staff was very kind. The buffet food was fine for me. It actually had a really nice outdoor view, which you guys probably saw. I sat outside every single night. The first night I was there, it started raining a little bit while I was sitting outside, so I moved inside for a portion of my dinner. But besides that, I sat outside the entire every time that I ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What else? What else about the hotel can we talk about? So they had a spa, which was amazing. The staff at the spa, A1, period. Hey Cardi, my boo. My masseuse was amazing. Again, you guys will see that in the previous vlog. Guys, I never had a better massage than this one. Like, that was so good. And you guys saw that I got my nails done, because I did my nails here, but then they got messed up. So I was just like, you know what, you're on vacation, solo trip, treat yourself, sis, treat yourself. So I got a manicure while I was there. What else? So I went to, they only have 2 pools. Yes, it's a very small resort, guys, very small. I've been to humongous resorts before. This one is small, okay, very small. They have 2 pools, and one of the pools have a pool bar, and but their pool bar has such an amazing view. It's like an infinity pool, and amazing views. And I think that for me, I think that I lucked out, because during this season there were no ships or any kind of I don't believe there were any water excursions being done as well during this time. So when I was taking my pictures, there was absolutely nothing but the water. But I think that if there were ships and other things going on, there'd probably be things in the background. So I'm so thankful to have been able to get those pictures. Yeah, what else can we talk about on about the resort? So the day I got there, so check-in is normally at 4 p.m. I believe. Most hotels is like 3-4 o'clock. So I believe their check-in is at 4 p.m. and what happened? Yeah, so I must have gotten there, I want to say maybe 1 o'clock. So when I got there, I checked in. You get your wristband, you can do whatever you want on the resort during the time that you're waiting for your room. So I went, they have a jerk hut outside by the pool, so I went and I got lunch there. And as I was waiting for my room, that's when I went to book my massage and all of that. And then I met the staff there. So wonderful. I really loved them there. What else? Yeah, so I kind of got tired of waiting for the room. So because I was just like still in my airport clothes. Yes, I had a drink or whatever, but it was too much. I also booked my COVID test to return during that time. I kind of just try to keep myself busy, but it was painful. Okay, it was painful. I was falling asleep in the lobby chair, and I went back to the desk and I asked about the room, and the guy at the desk said that my room wasn't ready. My room was supposed to be on the 10th floor, but he had the same level of upgrade on the 6th floor, and honestly the 10th floor might have been too high for me. So I was grateful. I said, let's go, I'm good with the 6th floor. So I got my room. I got in my room. The room was spotless. The room was clean. I really don't see any complaints of why anybody would complain. But again, I said my experience is not somebody else's experience. So my room was definitely spotless when I got there. I Lysoled it. I Lysoled and wiped down counters and things like that, or like the bathroom and all of that. And I think once I got my luggage, which took no more than 2 minutes after I got into the room, my luggage was right behind me. So after I got my luggage, I took a shower, and I think for the most part I fell asleep. I think I took a nap, and then I got dressed and I went by the beach, and then after at the beach I had dinner, and that was basically day 1. Day 2 was the day that I went out to the fish fry. The restaurant that I tried was a Haitian restaurant in the Bahamas, and I also ate there the last time we went to the Bahamas. I like it. I recommend. It's Owanjo's. And also I've never tried Twin Brothers, but I've heard really good things about it, so maybe next time I will be trying that. yeah, so as you guys saw, I got little trinkets and things like that on that day, and I forgot to show you guys one of the things that I bought, and I absolutely love this. So I'm gonna get it and I'll be right back. All right guys, so I found this little figurine. You guys are probably familiar with these. They're made like in candles, little what is it, planters. They're made like this. It is a woman's body, but this is a wooden one. Oh my god, guys, look at her. I saw this on the ladies, she had like her little spread on her table, and I saw this and there was only one, and I said I have to have this. I have to have it. The fact that it's like a woman's body and it's the wooden texture is what did it for me, because I know they have them like in ceramic and a candle form, and I have tried to get one of the like the little flower pot ones off of Etsy, and they are not cheap. They are not cheap, and I believe they may even be smaller than this. But the fact that this was wooden, and it just gave me black girl magic, so I had to pick it up. And that was day 2. What else did we do on day 2? I went to the steps. You guys saw all of that already. So yeah, I think that's basically it for my trip review. I had an amazing time, and like I said before, we talk about this now. I recommend, and I don't only recommend this if you're a single woman, women in relationships, married women, mothers. Y'all need time to yourselves, and if you want to actually take real time to yourself, a solo trip might be the answer. Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay. I absolutely recommend. I recommend a solo trip, guys. What else? I love group trips, but I just feel like the solo trip, I was able to kind of do my itinerary. Nobody was able to say, oh no, I want to do this instead, or yeah, I want to do this. You know what I mean? I did what I had to do, and it got done. The only thing I didn't get to do, so my resort, I think I said this before, my resort was right next door to Atlantis, and I wanted to kind of walk through, go to the aquarium and all of that good stuff, but I didn't get to do that. But it's okay, because I got to do it the last time I went. I just felt like, you know, it would have been like a nice little thing to do while I was there, like as an extra excursion activity. But I didn't get to do that because honestly, most of the nights I was super tired, and the day before I returned home, I went to the pool bar, and like I said, the pool bar is the devil, y'all. You don't know how much you drink until you get out, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyways, it was an amazing experience. So on the last day, I just woke up and I said, you know what, I'm gonna get dressed up, I'm gonna get my makeup on and do some things before I have to fly out. I don't remember, I think my flight was at 1 o'clock. I just got dressed and I went to take some pictures, whatever. And as I was taking my pictures, no, not as I was taking my pictures, I finished taking my picture, and it was super windy that morning. So the pictures didn't really come out as I wanted them to. So once I finished taking my pictures, I was walking back to my room to go get my airport gear on so I can get on out. And this young lady stopped me. She's like, oh, your outfit is cute. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I don't remember what she said. And she was like, oh, did you get your pictures? I guess she saw me kind of like struggling to get my pictures in the wind. And I was like, yeah, but I have to go now. She was like, oh, you're just going back to your room? I said, no, I have to go home. And she was like, oh, let me take some more pictures for you then. And I was like, oh, you would? Thank you. So long story short, y'all, that's my homegirl now, okay? We got the talking. She was taking my pictures. We got the talking. She is Haitian, girl, okay? She is my Haitian sister. She lives in New York. We hit it off, okay? We hit it off. This is my homegirl, and we are still in contact. So there you go. Solo trip, you might meet new friends, meet new people, go out there, do your thing. I really do encourage people to do that. Honestly, people always tell me to what is it, be a tourist in your own city. I don't know how I feel about going out in New York by myself, but the solo trip was definitely needed and definitely did the job. Okay, definitely did the job, and I would definitely recommend. I would definitely do it again. And yeah, I think that is it. I think I have covered all of the questions that I've gotten. That is all for today's video. Please go ahead and click on that subscribe button, like this video, comment under this video, share this video with your friends and your family, and come back. Keep coming back, because there's gonna be more. I promise you. Keep coming back. Thank you guys. I love you all. Bye.